hours of pregame 11.
These go to 11.
It all begins Saturday morning at 9. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Clearing skies this afternoon, but not much change in the temperature. We'll stay in the upper 20s to near 30 with wind chill values about 5 to 10 colder than that. We'll see temperatures really plummet under clear skies tonight, near 10 tomorrow morning. Single-digit lows outside the city. 10 TV Weather Impact Alert Day in place for the cold weather early Friday. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Catch T-Bone and Tyvis weekday mornings from 6 to 9. If you're not completely satisfied, we'll rewind time and erase your brain. For real, The Fan. The final season of Yellowstone might just be Bo's dad live on YouTube. What's the difference anyway? This is Bishop and Friends.
Indeed it is. And it's time for you to get ready to play, win, and celebrate big at Eldorado Scioto Downs, your ultimate Caesars Rewards destination. With Caesars Rewards, you're going to earn rewards every time you play, stay, dine, or shop, not just here, but over 50 Caesars Rewards destinations across the country. From unforgettable getaways to incredible culinary experiences, members enjoy exclusive perks and benefits that make every visit worth it. At Scioto Downs, the excitement is nonstop. Take your pick. More than 1,700 of the hottest new games. Sip on award-winning craft brews at the Brew Brothers Microbrewery, or dive into Guy Fieri's Trattoria, home of the out-of-bounds 68-layer lasagna, and the energy just keeps building. More good things. Scioto Downs has been chosen to host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. It's one of the biggest events in harness racing, and it's coming right here to Columbus. So come experience the action, the rewards, and the unforgettable moments waiting for you at Eldorado Scioto Downs, a Caesars Rewards destination where the rewards never stop. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Scioto Downs for details. I noticed it when Julian kept running over to get the play in the fourth quarter. And on the broadcast, they were saying, well, I wonder if this is to burn clock, keep him out of the huddle longer, to milk it, to try to get the game over with. And then we came to find out that there was something more to it. In fact, I think Adam King of 10 TV was among the first to say, hey, there's no communication on the sidelines here with the headsets, and that's a problem. So Ryan Day was available yesterday for National Signing Day, and he was asked about the communication issues at Michigan on Saturday. Here's was his response.
Oh, we're just ready for everything. Yeah, you just got to be ready for anything. And, you know, when you go into any big game, you're always trying to put contingency plans in place for anything that could possibly happen. And so, I was in here on Friday, and I think some of the guys on the staff were looking at me sideways like, why would you think that would happen? I said, I don't know. We just got to be ready and be ready for anything. It's funny how your mind works.
You missed the wink. You obviously can't audible wink, but... yeah, this was when he was asked about having wrist communication with Julian, what had happened with that. And he's like, we thought something might be funky at Michigan with the electricity. And it's like, what? Like something midweek?
They are so nefarious. I mean, the Stallion stuff speaks for itself in terms of just what their program is built on. But even what they did post-game, with standing on the M, it was almost like they were trying to incite a fight.
Whole game and post, yeah.
Yeah, good point. Not even just then, but
before,
really the whole
during,
game.
and after, it was all trying to provoke Ohio State.
Well, and Austin Ward has mentioned on our airwaves this week that there were still players in the tunnel kind of waiting for them, too.
Yeah, he said that with us on Monday.
Yeah.
Jake, he said that they were like ready to like jump the Buckeye players when they came in. Like, where is the leadership?
There isn't any. And that's kind of the thing with yesterday, with National Signing Day, with Brian Hartline, like all of that stuff is fine, but I'm still riding this high from Michigan because how everything went on Saturday with Ohio State winning with class, winning with grace, and Michigan trying to do nonsense like this.
So our buddy Jake Trotter got a got a response from Michigan. They provided him a statement yesterday. They said in part, quote, "We do not manage their communication system. Each athletic department provides electrical power and fiber lines that are equal on both sidelines. The coach-to-player communication system is run by a third party chosen by the Big Ten. With any cellular-based communication system, there are technical issues that happen from time to time in stadiums across the country. We don't want the opponent to have issues because our team would love to take our communication system down as well. No one benefits from a system failure. In this instance, our game event manager, stadium supervisor, and electrician and staff immediately jumped in to assist with the issue on Saturday. The issue was resolved before anything needed to be taken offline." Well, I don't know that that's true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
I don't
at
know if
all.
that part's true. Yeah. Look, this type of stuff has been going on in this rivalry forever. The boys and I, actually, it was interesting. We weren't able to watch it Friday night because they had a bunch of stuff going on. So we actually watched it Saturday night. We watched the rivalry, the HBO rivalry special on Ohio State and Michigan, as we do every single year. And there's some great stories in there about Bo tracking down somebody in like the third floor of a dorm who was filming their practice, who he assumed was somebody from Ohio State. Archie tells this great story. Archie and Tom Skladany tell this great story about how, they were having this meal and the waitresses were really nice looking waitresses. And Woody said, "Get them out of here. The cooks are going to serve my men. Bo brought them here to distract us. We'll have none of that." So like this type of stuff has been going on forever. But I think the reason it reached such a fever pitch is the Stallion stuff. That's when it flipped. Like tomfoolery here and there, distractions here and there, trying to get an advantage, unplugging communications, whatever. All of those things have a certain amount of impact. But when they did the Stallion stuff and they know your plays that nobody should know before you call them, and then it manifests in the terms of a winning, that's when it becomes so personal and so vitriolic. And I just think in looking back on that game, and you're right, Reese, and Jake, you too, it wasn't just like sitting at the M trying to, almost incite a riot and make it very ugly and like fight, but it also continued up the tunnel. And it was really after every play they were doing it. Like when they're not good enough, then they just resort to that. And that's shameful. We had this question earlier in the week, like which coach in America is on the hottest seat? It's Sharon Moore.
Because they also fired their special teams coordinator after that Ohio State loss. And I think what makes it, everything that Michigan tried to do during that game and everything we've learned since from that program makes it so much sweeter of a victory. Because you did it in front of their fan base. You did it with the knowledge that so many of their fans talked so much trash for that 2,191-day span, and then a bunch of them sold their tickets because I think they knew it was coming.
A lot of red.
And then to beat them like a drum the way you did, and because I got to sit in the shoe one year, or I got to sit in the big house one year when OHIO reverberated around that stadium, I understood just how good of a feeling that is. But I can imagine it was exponentially better for this Ohio State fan that traveled up to Ann Arbor, or that Ohio State fan that traveled up to Ann Arbor. They got to do it because few wins felt as cathartic as this one. And then everything else that came has just made it so much sweeter. So there's nothing that can take me down from this Michigan high.
No, it's going to last for a while. In another college football vein, not necessarily related to this, I did just see this in the last couple of minutes from Pete Thamel. Obviously, we're going to have some pretty big chaos this weekend in terms of the college football playoff and who gets in and who doesn't. And we have teams like Texas lobbying to get in and Vanderbilt lobbying to get in. I see no scenario where either one get in, and I'm starting to get the feeling that I see no scenario where Notre Dame gets in, which would suck because I do think Notre Dame's one of the 12 best teams, but that's not what they're going for here. They're trying to avoid antitrust litigation as well, so that's how you're going to get some of these teams who certainly are not among the top 12 teams in the country getting in. But Pete Thamel reporting this, he had sources at Vanderbilt that Vanderbilt explored the possibility of playing an exempt 13th game this weekend as a way to possibly give one final showcase for the college football playoff. There was interest from another team, the university officials said, the athletic department and the coaching staff. Ultimately, the operational and legislative requirements, along with the last-minute schedule change restraints, could not support the game. So I understand why Vanderbilt would try to do this. Who do you think the opponent was?
I'm wondering if it was like a power conference team. I would think that it would have to be if they want to really showcase it, but unless they just want to play a group of five school that they can just beat the crap out of and
that
win,
wouldn't do
win
it,
by
though.
40.
I think your initial instinct is the correct one. It would have to be a team that had something to gain as well.
Boy, that'd be awkward if they set up that game and then they lost.
I mean, I initially thought Miami.
I was thinking like UAB or an American Athletic Conference team.
But that's not going to give them enough juice.
It's got to be somebody within the top 25 or maybe just an SEC team that they didn't play.
It'd be cool if it was Miami.
Like Miami would make sense, but I think Miami's got a chance to get in almost regardless. But that's the team I thought of. Would that have been something Miami would have said, yeah, we'll play you, and
Why
then
don't
the
you
winner
just
here?
do it?
Yeah, I don't know. They try. I guess. I mean, the fact that they even looked into it tells you how crazy all this is. That they looked into it.
Yeah.
The more and more I think about this, and we'll have time tomorrow to talk about it at greater length, I'm starting to get the feeling that Notre Dame's cooked. I really am. Unless chalk.
It would have
really
to be
prevails.
straight chalk.
I think Miami, they're going to give it to Miami over them in the end, which would be a brutal thing. From their perspective, I get it from the Miami. The two teams have played. They played.
Can't ignore that game.
Matter. Yeah, but something to watch for tonight. Did the Blue Jackets turn the corner last time out in Jersey? Shelley time in 2 minutes. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
Things are going to be busy between now and the end of the year. You got holiday gatherings, school functions for the kids, families are getting together. I know. Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and the last thing you want to worry about this holiday season is whether your roof is going to make it through another Ohio winter. One call to Victor's Home Solutions, my guys, to schedule that free 21-point roof inspection will put your mind at ease, and you want to have a peaceful mind. A highly trained roof inspector will carefully examine every inch of that roof, checking the 21 most common areas of roofing failure. Then they go over their results with you and discuss your options going forward. Most of the time, problems can be fixed with a minor repair, but if it's time for a new roof, Victor's offers money-saving discounts and financing terms to make paying easy. And don't forget, they're so confident in their skilled installers, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So call or go online and schedule the free 21-point roof inspection today. 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Last year, I remember running around Hollywood Casino, hugging and high-fiving everyone during the scoop and score. I remember dancing around the sportsbook during the Natty. I'm Scotty Vegas, and there's no place to watch a game, especially a championship game, like Hollywood Casino Columbus and the sportsbook. Let's watch together. Prizes, great food, amazing screens, a championship watch party Saturday night. Join the Fan Saturday night, starting at 8. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
The Gloves. It's Shelley time.
Sponsored by Midwest Cards. Experience collecting in a whole new way.
Well, buddy, I know you were not on the call in Jersey, but I'm certain that you took a long look at it. And I think we're all hopeful that that's one of the ones that we point back to in March and say that's when it all flipped. I mean, they stood up literally. Some penalty minutes, some fights, and score some goals. It looked like maybe they're going to come back, and then they put the pedal down and got the win. Can a game like that, one of 82, be a seminal moment for a franchise?
Yes, that's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Down on the road, high-flying team at home, and the New Jersey Devils, and you find a way to rise above. And, the leadership of Monahan, the way he battled through and picked up a highlight reel goal, the way Fantilli stood up for Werenski, and the way Voronkov just looked mean. I mean, I hate to see Brendan Dillon go down like that, 1,000 game night, family, friends. But I'll tell you what, once you throw a punch, you got to realize that you are in a fight. I just love the way they got that win. And I remember being in locker rooms after wins like that, and it just, you can look across the room at your teammate in the eye and be like, we all did this together. And that's really what it feels like. It felt like from the outside of that room last game.
How about Fantilli? You mentioned that. I mean, going after and getting there for Z and all of that. I mean, that's one of the things that, I think for folks that want, I mean, like Sid fought, and I mean, all these guys, I'm not putting him in that category yet, obviously, but we hope he gets, somewhere in that vicinity at some point. But like that's something that jumped out to me was him sticking his nose in it.
Yeah. He looked like he wanted to get involved in the action.
Yeah.
And read a bit of a piece yesterday how, Matthew Olivier and him were working on things because Fantilli wanted to just kind of have some tips if he did get into a fight. So, that's the progression of being a young NHL hockey player or pro that wants to be impactful in any way. I love seeing that stuff. And Siegenthaler gets thrown out because his jersey's not tied down. His coach says Siegenthaler wasn't ready to fight. It's like, come on. You're playing hockey and you throw a punch. You're in a fight. Drop your gloves and fight the 21, 22-year-old star. And, at least fight back. I loved it out of Fantilli. It was like I thought they bullied the Devils and got the win.
That's it.
I really did.
That's it. They bullied him, and that's what you need to do to make this to maybe turn the corner on this thing. And you mentioned something there that I'm curious about. Is that a common thing? Like, did that happen in your career when young guys would come up and say, "Hey, Joe, I've never fought anybody. What do I?" Did that happen? Is that common?
Oh yeah, that happened all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of you'd end practice and then you'd be sitting around and I'd be wrestling with someone just trying to work on my grip. And then the next thing, I'd have Rick Nash would do it with us. He would practice it with smiles on our faces, of course. Yeah, I remember, I lost 2 teeth in my career and my mom was, she loved my teeth. She was so proud of my teeth. And I made it through my junior hockey career where I had 1 year, 400 and something penalty minutes. I mean, I got beat up my first year, and then by the third year, I was doing okay. But I finished my third year of major junior hockey with all the fights and sticks and everything. That off season, I was on the ice with 2 buddies, and at the end of the practice, we start play fighting, like practice fighting, and my buddy clips the bottom of my tooth, and it bends back. And your tooth is 3 inches long. It's bent back in my mouth. And so my other buddy's dad was a doctor. So I don't know. I went and asked him if I should leave it in there. And he said, yeah. It was a Friday night. I left it in there all weekend and went to the dentist on Monday. This tooth was hanging down. I think I still went out and partied with it like that.
Of course you did.
I went back. I went to the dentist on Monday. He just flicked it out of my mouth and then dug the root out. And that's how I lost one of my teeth, to get back to the story, is doing what, Fantilli and Olivier would have done.
You lost a tooth in a practice fight.
Yeah, after playing 3 years of junior, I got beat up. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Now I'm fascinated by this. What was your first fight? When was your first fight?
I never been in a fight in my life. Off the ice, like my dad was like my coach always, and if I took a penalty, I'd always get, the whack in the back of the head or whatever on the bench. And then, referees were like, and teachers and were like, they were always right. So I went to major junior camp, and there was a tough guy they were parading around, Moose DuPont, who was, for any Flyers fans, Moose DuPont was a legend with the Flyers back when they won the Stanley Cups. His son was paraded around as a tough guy, and someone told me that, you should train and the guy's not that tough. And I said, well, that means nothing to me. I've never been in a fight in my life. But I went to training camp, and I'd done a little boxing, and this guy challenged me, and that was my first fight ever, and I did okay. I got a black eye, but I did okay and made a little bit of impression, and that's how I made a major junior hockey team.
I just think it's just such a remarkable, cool thing that still exists in the sport. We don't see it as much as we did, and
it's awesome.
And it gets the crowd going. I think the guys love doing it. It's one of those things that I think it's so cool, like how you guys, like, you can literally fight bare knuckle and then shake hands in a handshake line at the end of the Stanley Cup. Like, shake hands if you fought him 10 minutes ago.
I fought Jared Bull. He's one of my buddies. A lot of old lines. Still talk to him. It's just like, and you know what? Fighting is coming back. Every team is looking for, like, every team they just covet Matthew Olivier and that type of player. It's coming back. Hockey's been played a little bit without emotion in the regular season, it seems like at times.
I agree.
But I think teams are feeling that to get engaged at, points of the season, it's okay to have a rivalry. Can you imagine if we play the Devils in the playoffs this year and in the first round? Like, the floor is already laid for kind of how they feel about each other, and it really sets up for a heck of a New Year's Eve. And think about it as a fan. I was looking at clips last night of when Lindros returned to Philly with the Rangers. If you have time, you check that out with who was calling it. It was I forget now.
Was he in Philly or when he was with the Rangers?
In Philly. Eric Lindros' first return to Philly. Remember, he left the Flyers on a bad note.
Yep.
Bobby Clark was the GM.
Yep.
All kinds of storylines. But it's just remarkable. It's about a 15-minute clip. You see the emotion. You see how they battled for each other. The storylines coming in. The fans everybody was juiced up. And, it really brings you back to that emotional hockey.
It's awesome. It's awesome, and I'm with you. I love that it's
better.
No, and I love that it's coming back. I think the regular season needs some of that juice. Yeah, I think it's great. There should be a lot of juice in the barn tonight. This is before a 3-game roadie. You got the Wings in town, and hopefully momentum continues to go here. I talked about this when you and I talked on Monday. You're in the bottom of the Metropolitan, but you're only 7 points out of first. Like, everybody's bunched up here, and the Wings are in the middle of this thing. You're sitting here at 29. The Wings are sitting here at 30, so it's another massive one. What will you know? What will you be looking for early to let you know that what happened Monday carried over?
I always feel there's a little extra pop. You know what I mean? A little extra swagger from the locker room after a game like that. There's just a confidence of, like, there's nothing you guys are going to do to us. You know what I mean? And Detroit has no toughness whatsoever. And so, just look. I would be watching them warm up, because you see bigger smiles, shoulders a little higher. Watch Fantilli. Maybe a little bit of a peacock out there a little bit tonight in warm up, where that's kind of what it does. And Marchenko's coming back, which is a huge boost to this lineup. I mean, this is a guy that's been out for the last 4 games. So that, and he was on the outside of the locker room walking in now. There's a buzz in the locker room. There'll be a buzz with this team tonight as they come home after that game. That's my feel.
Yeah. I'll get you out of here on this one. So with Marchie back, which is obviously incredibly wanted and needed, how will the lines shake out tonight? What's kind of your sense on that?
Well, I think he goes back to that top line, so he'll be back up there. That'll settle things down with that group. He'll be with Fantilli and Voronkov, and expect Voronkov to have a little more room out there. And then it'll be interesting to see what happens with the second line. You definitely have Monahan there, but it'll be good. I think that there'll be some mixing and matching. They still have that third line with Coyle. Maybe Sillinger goes back down there and settles back in down there with him, because that was a good line when it was Coyle Olivier. But we'll see. I really don't know. I'm just speculating right now. Elvis back in the net is a big deal. 2 games in a row for him.
Yep.
You got to think about October and November, what he's gone through and how he's played, and not happy with it. Well, he played a heck of a game, got a win in Jersey, so now it's time to do it here at home and get a couple together, and it shows you it is a true competition, right?
Yes, I love him, and he deserved it. He was great. So now you get another chance. So this will be a fun one tonight. Always is when the Wings are in town. Appreciate you as always, buddy.
All right, Paul. We'll talk to you, man. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. A little bit of Shelley time on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We get 3 things on a Thursday up next. Bishop and Friends, right here on the Fan.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The Daily Ryan Day Show is brought to you locally by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers and by Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This is the Daily Show with Coach Ryan Day, brought to you by Safe Flat Auto Glass. The offensive line seems like all season they've set a tone. This past weekend, as good a tone as any they've set, Ryan?
Yeah, they were tremendous. Just the physicality as the game wore on, and their look in their eye of how physical they played was as good as I've been around. I'm proud of them. But here we go. I mean, that game's behind us, and we got a different style of opponent here this week, and it's going to be faster and quicker. A lot of movement, so we have to adjust our game plan and our approach to this team here, and so that'll be a good challenge for our team. But I can tell you, the offensive line came out of that game, went into the game with confidence and came out with even more.
Okay, we'll have more when we continue in just a moment. Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safe Light Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at SafeLight.com. Safe Light Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Have to talk a little bit about special teams. Just really here on the back half of the season where we've seen special teams perform at a high level, but also Jaden Fielding when called upon.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things he wanted to do was make his kicks in this game, and that was one of our things. Make all kicks. We have to make all our kicks. And, like I said to him, man, the eyes lead to the soul. And, that look in your eye is critical when you wake up on Saturday morning. And he did. He had that look all week. And he was going to make his kicks. I felt like that. He had that mindset. But, that battle of field position in these matchup games is critical and something that we had to make sure we did. I thought we covered well on the kickoff. Riley Pettijohn and Aaron Scott both made a great play. They had to start their drive inside the 20-yard line. So all those things add up. I would have liked to have seen, it was 4th and 2, decided to pooch it. And that moment was really trying to get that executed. We get that ball pinned inside the 5-yard line to put the best defense in the country out there to see if we get the ball back at midfield. They ended up getting the ball back for us at the 43-yard line, and we scored a touchdown there. But we didn't execute the pooch punt well enough. So we got to get that fixed. Always issues out there. But we know special teams are critical.
Okay, there's the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Toyota Thonazone, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the best-selling Toyota Camry. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Camrys, or lease a new 26 Camry LE for $269 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Shopping this time of year can be stressful, but when you've got a guy, everything gets a little easier. Meet my guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
Hey, common man.
Hitting anyone's car today, Bob?
Not yet.
If you're popping the question this holiday season, you'd be an absolute fool not to see Bob at Worthington Jewelers. The store is crowded all the time. Why? Because they give you the best price and service possible, and then people keep coming back.
I'm your guy.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Skyline's mac and cheese three-way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a mac and cheese three-way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Diamond Seller, your true jeweler for over 75 years. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Find us on YouTube. Search WBNS Radio and you can see what Bo looks like. But only if you subscribe. This is Bishop and Friends.
All right, Reese, what do we have on the poll today?
Daily Fan Poll asks, do you think that 5-star wide receiver Chris Henry Jr. ultimately signs with Ohio State? 55% of respondents say yes. Still waiting.
Yeah, I think the longer it goes, the better chance that you have of all of that. All right, time for 3 things on a Thursday. Hit it, guys.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3 things.
Sponsored by Scioto Downs. Your play, your perks. Your Caesars Rewards spot.
All right, number 1 for me. So NBC has his first 8th grade basketball game tonight, the 13-year-old. And so the coach is making them dress up. So they're wearing ties.
Oh,
so
I
we
love
knew
that.
this. It's awesome. Yeah. So they wear ties and they want to, dress up. And so they're all dressed up and ready to go. So we knew this yesterday. So this morning, tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. As I've mentioned before, we have to leave the house at 7:45 in order to get to school on time. So my wife comes into the office at 7:26 and she's like, Peyton needs help with a tie. And I said, we're a little late for that. We're a little late for that, boys. So he waddles down at 7:28. So now all of a sudden he's like, I need a tie. I'm like, you have ties. He's like, yeah, but I don't like them. So now he's rifling through my ties, trying to find one that matches with what he's got going on. We get in the car 7 minutes past when we've got to go in order to not be tardy. So the whole time I'm just pissed off at both of them, him and Beamsy, for not getting locked in and being there on time. So we pull up and the door locks at the middle school in our town at 7:49. So it's 7:49 on the dot, right? We make it. They go to the door is locked. As a parent, you're supposed to then go in and sign off on it. Did I? No. They can stand outside. They will get the tardy, and they'll be punished when they get home. So I drove off as the two of them are standing outside the school with the door locked, and I just waved. Best of luck, fellas. I hope this goes well for you. I think they eventually got in, but I can't confirm.
Could it possibly be the consequences of their own actions?
That's right.
It's good.
That's right.
Good dad job out of you.
Absolutely.
I love college football example 476. I was just trying to keep track of the Chris Henry Jr. stuff. And this from a website called voiceofmotown.com. I think it's a West Virginia fan blog with the headline, West Virginia may still have a small chance at Chris Henry Jr. And it cites his dad, Chris Henry, who played for the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
It cites Pac-Man Jones, who was his uncle. It cites the Rich Rodriguez factor, and it says NIL power, West Virginia can compete. And I was like, well, that seems funny because it's West Virginia, but Mountaineers are ranked 25th in their 2026 class. So there's probably not anything there realistically with Chris Henry, but Mountaineers feel like serious people.
Well, didn't Jim Jeffries, who I think owns the Greenbrier was like the governor or a senator. He's a billionaire. Like he could.
That'll help.
That'll help.
They had 45 commits.
Oh my God.
West Virginia did. Like, we're doing a little too much when you get above 30,
gosh.
guys. Come on.
45. Jeez.
Go Ears.
Good Lord.
Number one for me, Bo, we were talking about it earlier in the show, how it might not be a home game for Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship since the fan base travels well over to Indy, but of course it's in Indiana's backyard. Well, there's also a top 25 college basketball game in downtown Indy that features their beloved Hoosiers against the number 6 Louisville Cardinals at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. So it's going to be filled with Hoosier fans.
I said this, you would have loved yesterday because I did a little bit on how I used to love when Kentucky would play Indiana at the Hoosier Dome.
Oh, yes.
That was such an awesome game. I loved that game when they would play that. So, man, Indy's going to be hopping. Number 2 for me, so the fourth graders, they start league play. Bootsy's team starts league play on Saturday. And in this league, they can press the last 10 minutes of the second half is when they allow press. The rest of the time, it has to be all man-to-man. So I'm going over press breaker, and I'm like, you guys have to get locked in. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is coming. We got to do it. And everyone's kind of paying attention. I look out of the corner of my eye. One of my guards just randomly starts doing a cartwheel as I'm going through press break.
Gotta stay limber.
He's just doing a cartwheel. I go, dude, what are we doing? Just get on the line. Just go run. So they all have to run. But, like, this is youth coaching, kids. Jake Diebler ain't dealing with this. You're not dealing with cartwheels.
So as I'm looking to see, because West Virginia's got the 45 commits in their class, North Carolina's second with 39. I'm trying to find out where Penn State is. They've got 2. They rank all the way down in the 150s, according to 24/7 Sports. The Nittany Lions are going bowling. Remains to be seen where. We do have one bowl matchup already finalized. Arkansas State's going to play Missouri State in the Frisco Bowl. That's taking the place of the Bahamas Bowl. And upon learning that, I also realized they've got 40 more bowls to choose from. That's too many.
By the way, like, why are they wasting good locations like San Francisco and the Bahamas on games like that?
Good question.
Like, those are good spots.
Why are there 40 bowls, guys?
Well, true, yeah. Because we can't ever let go of them.
Second thing, real quick for me, the ACC-SEC Challenge was last night and wrapped up. The SEC took it, but it just made me miss the Big Ten ACC Challenge and seeing those programs come up here, play Ohio State.
I love that. I love that. I wish they'd bring it back. Here's this will be the collective third from all three of us. Chris Vanini, The Athletic, Matt Campbell, Brian Dable, Jeff Hafley as possible names at Penn State. So that's where they're at on that one. That music right there means Ryan Day is coming up next. We're back tomorrow on a Football Friday, Bishop and Friends, right here on The Fan.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No? The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights